Got a Sencut. Sencut. Ooh, nice spin. This is a Sencut Citius. Black G10, 9CR, 18 MOV. Let's check it in. Get a look at it. Yeah, that's open. The box is kind of mushed. Alright. What's going on in here? What do we got? Ooh. Ooh. It is not a large knife, which is kind of a good change of pace, man. Everything been coming lately seems like large is the new black, right? How do you say that? Orange is, I don't know how that goes. Man, look at this thing. G10, deep carry pocket clip, very slender profile, about the thickness of one of my fat fingers. Man, let's get in it. What's going on? Ooh, look at this thing. This is very interesting. HCR13. It's got just minimalistic little designation, then the Sencut logo here. Needle for a blade. Yeah. Needle. Liner lock. Spidey flick. Thumb flick. Pretty smooth. A little shaking to get it down. Can fail it. I mean, maybe we can tune that out of it. Let's look at our lockup. Just outside of the scale, we're about 40% total. We'll look at all that when we get in it. Very lightweight. I mean, this thing weighs about as much as a feather. I mean, wow. Yeah, pretty cool, man. I like it. Let's do a real check-in on it. We're gonna get in it. All right, so it's not a captured pivot. Wish we'd take that into consideration. But okay. Be T6s on that pocket clip. Looks like it's got to come. What's the tension like? It's a little soft. Maybe I'll thicken that up before I put it back together, just so I don't have to come back at it. I can put a little tension on this for sure. Nice. I mean, it's got good texture on the G10, so I don't want to overdo it, but I could probably take a little bit. Well, let's get another bit in here. There's one. I think I'm gonna get the blade out of the way so I don't cut myself. And it was just as easy as that. A little oily in here. Steel liners. Cage bearings. Look kind of dry. Yeah. We'll give it a little wipe down, clean all this up, and we'll put it back together. Clean, simple little, a little pocket predator, man. Wow. There's something about a little pokey piece like this that, I mean, this is stealth, ruin a bad person's day very quickly. Because this is, all you got to do with a knife that's shaped like this, that's this thin, slender, all you got to do is go forward. I mean, wow. Yeah, this thing. Snake bite. nice, unobtrusive little pokey. I say unobtrusive. I mean, it looks kind of ominous to my eyes, but it's so small. The black color, the stonewash. I mean, in the end, I think it's subtle enough that knowing eyes see the potential here, but general not thinking about it type person may not see the totality of it. All right, I think that's it. Let's get it back together. Pretty simple. Where are we at here? I wanted to look at that. Oh yeah, so lockup's way over there. I think I can maybe take just the tiniest little hair out of it. I don't want to take too much because I was already failing it. I mean, honestly, maybe I put a little back in it. Yeah, I'm gonna go the other way with this one. I'm gonna put a little detent on it and see if I can make it snappier. Worst case, I got to pull it apart and redo it. Not a big deal. Very simple knife. Very nice. Internal stop pin being caught by that steel liner on both sides, here and here, here and here. Pretty nice. Eliminates the need for a stop pin in between the scales. A little bit on that track where that detent ball is running. I didn't have to hold it. I think I got it. It's definitely stiffer. I'm going to put this screw in right here, and I'm going to check that detent before I go wrapping up the pocket clip. Let me get the scale square. Check that tension there. Solid. I mean, yeah, it feels just a little different. I do got to shake it down, but I'm not sure that I can fail it now. I'm going to flip it a few more times and I'm going to try to fail it because it's definitely getting better. It just needs to run that thin oil through those bearings, get everything kind of lubed up and flowing. Let's try to fail it. Nope. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it right there. It's solid. It's locked up. I am going to take just a second and put a tiniest little bit of tension on this pocket clip. I mean, if I can go from loose in a pocket to close to a dryer clip by just taking 20 seconds and creating a little bit of tension on this right here, it's worth it. All right. Pretty sure that long one's the back one. Let's go with it first. Deep carry. I mean, about as deep as you can get. It's beyond the end of the knife. So in pocket, you shouldn't be able to see this knife at all, which just adds to the lethality of this little thing. This is man, this is a lethal little stinger for real. All right, are we solid? Are we clear? Yeah, here we go. Crystal. Am I too tight? I just want to be sure. Nah, I think that was good. All right. I believe I could get this to drop shut with no issue. I could take a little bit of tension out of that lock bar and this thing would be wonderful. But I think I'm going to opt for it being a little snappier coming open. I don't think this knife, I'd want it to be weak on the opening at all. I want it, you know, finger on. It's got great jimping, comes over the top of the flipper tab. It's sharp, so when you grab it, I want it to come out of there with force. I don't want any chances of that thing not coming out and locking up. The lockup is going to be stronger now with adding a little tension to that. So yeah, all the way around, I think that's the right choice on this knife. Nice stone wash on the blade. Well, let's talk about this action. So a couple of shakes to get down. I mean, as snappy as it is, as smooth as it is, I'm going to give it an A minus. You know, maybe a B plus. So right in that A minus, B plus range. It's really solid. I really like it. It's way better than average. It's good stuff. It's got an excellent spidey flick. Can thumb flick it with ease. Yeah, and then that back flipper is very snappy. Very intuitive, easy to get in and out. Let's talk about ergonomics. So there's not so confident, confident, very confident. And this thing is over the confident line and leaning towards very confident, very locked in. I do feel the pocket clip. The pocket clip presence is definitely known in there. It does not disappear where it's at. You know that it's down in there. But this isn't really, to me, I'm okay with it. And I'll tell you why. I don't really see this as something that, you know, I'm not slicing 100 times with this. This, to me, is backup self-defense. That's what I see here. It's a small, very unobtrusive, but very capable little self-defense knife. Excellent ergonomics. I am gripped in here. And I mean, that little stinger coming out of my hand right there, whatever I press that against, it's going to go to the hilt. Whoop. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man. Very nice. Let's check that pocket clip. Of course, we know it's going to be wonderful just looking at it. It's that standard. Why don't they make all pocket clips this wonderful? You know, look at deep. Knife disappears. Got a good profile out here, and it's a dryer clip. I mean, this thing, I throw it in the dryer right now, just banging around, bang, got a boom, and take it out 30 minutes. That knife would still be right there in that pocket. Yeah, wonderful. My back pocket spot. Yeah. What a nice surprise on this Sencut right here. Very cool. Wonder if it's sharp. I've got some of this magazine difficult paper to cut right here. Not so much for this though. Thin, slicey. Yeah, this paper is like the worst paper to check a knife. If I grab phone book paper, it'll handle it with ease. But that magazine paper, man, that stuff is wickedly difficult. All right, I'm going to drop the knife. Maybe it's the knife. I'm making excuses for it, and the truth is, maybe it just needs just the tiniest little bit of strop work. It's got a burr on it or something, and if I just stop trying to assume and just stick it on a piece of leather here real quick. And I'll be honest, I'm seriously thinking about laying back the edge on this knife and really making this thing sharp. You know, I mean, when I get a knife that I like, one of the things that I think about right away, I think, oh, I want to sharpen that knife. Yep, so here we go. Yeah. Very, very, very sharp. Okay. All right. Price and availability. Man, where is it? What do we got to pay for it? Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you can see, but I did a thing while I was gone. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Couldn't help myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Swing. Yep. I put a little bit of an edge on there while I was gone. Hey, so I'm seeing these on Amazon for right around $50 is what I'm seeing. Yep. And what is it? Again, it's the 9CR or is it? Yeah, 9CR 18 MOV steel. And what a little stinger. Man, I dig this knife. Pretty cool. I mean, check one out. I appreciate y'all watching.